Good morning, it's Tony Hayes from Paranormal Investigation UK. Today's date is 16th of February 2022, and it doesn't seem 5 minutes since it was 2021, and we're in the middle of February already in 2022. Time's flying by. Right, today we're going to continue with the Chester investigation. Really getting there now to catching up with the captures that we got behind with, because we're now on the end of August, the 30th of August, this particular one. As far as I remember, I think this is the last one in August before we move into September, October, November. So very quickly we're going to be catching up. So it's been a day or so before I've done any more reviews on the Chester case. I've had a couple of other things to do, but this one is a real bizarre one. We've had some strange stuff going on at the Chester, and the camera's picked it up. It's in the main office. It's that camera there, which is camera 2. And on the actual window, there's another camera. Yeah, it's only this camera that's picked it up. That there is a sensor light that was fitted. There's also one there. We've got multi-devices all over the building, trying to locate or find out what's causing it, see if we can capture something. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to play this. This is what's triggered the camera, and I haven't a clue what this sound is. Now, isn't that strange? I'm not sure if it's if it's human or it's mechanical. I don't have a clue. Listening on, I've got the headphones up quite loud. I've got an amplified headset, so I may be hearing more than you are. So the best suggestion as we listen to the rest of this and watch it through is, if you're doing reviews, always get good quality over ear headphones. That's not earbuds, but something complete. See, that's another one there, you see. Okay. I remember when this came in, I just listened to the first part of it. But if you listen to it, get back to what I was saying, if you're listening to over-ear headphones, it will attempt to isolate you away from the outside environment better. I know what the first thing is you're going to be suggesting is someone's in the room. No, there wasn't. All the cameras were checked, and there's no footage of anyone being in the room. It was at 4:30. Just get the date right. Just find out what day it was. 30th of August. It was a Monday, 4:30. Certainly there is nobody. There would be people in at 4:30 on a Monday, but not in this office. There was when it first went off, when I first heard it. Clearly, I'm going to ask the obvious questions. Let's look at the other cameras. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. There's no one in the building. It's probably the strangest one so far, because I can't even make my mind up if it's human or mechanical. Within the actual building itself, this is the meeting, which has become a storeroom really. The owner collects numerous sort of games, these classic games from the 70s, 80s and 90s, stores them in there on shelves. And we were asking if is it possible could one of them switched on. The answer to that was no, mainly because all the batteries had been removed. So what is it? So I really don't know what to do. Normally when I hear a sound I can associate it to something, but with this particular one I haven't a clue. So I'm not sure what I can actually do with this. Okay, there's nothing to be seen anyway, so we can actually get rid of the video track. There's the one, and that's the second one. Bring an analyzer in. Whoops. There's no windows open, so we know it was out. It wasn't outside. It's something in the room. I can hear sounds after it. I'm sure I can. I can. That's a voice. That is a voice. Right, what I'm actually going to do with this, it sounds very quick. I'm going to treat it as an EVP, but I've got my suspicions with this. Irrespective of if I'm being told that there's no humans in the room, I'll take some convincing that that's the case. So let's paste that in there. Take the loop off, mute that. What I'm actually going to do with it is I'm going to slow it down to around about 150, 100, so 50% slower than human spectrum, which is normally where I find the electronic voice phenomena, which is a genuine phenomena which we simply don't understand how it gets on the recorder. Because the first thing you've got to look at is that it's relatively loud. Oops, looking at the wrong one. It's relatively loud. That's the camera that's picked it up. If there's any movement, you would expect camera 1 to pick it up also. We know nobody's entered the room because none of the cameras have picked up the visual, it's actually reacted to an alert to sound. So we know one was there. He's only uses his own office, that's it. And we tend to speak to the cleaners, which is another option, because the first thing I was thinking is that some sort of strange ringtone on a mobile? If it was, if someone picked it up straight away, it kept on ringing, then obviously we can say it was a mobile that's been left behind by accidentally. But there are certain voices after it, and I'm just wondering if we are dealing with something a little bit different, whereby, for example, with electronic voice phenomena, you could have 3 recorders in the same room, yet only one of the recorders will pick up electronic voice phenomena. The other 2 doesn't seem to get affected. So the process of audio riding on the molecules through the air to get onto the hard disk of the recorder, I don't really think it works, because certainly it's well known that some electronic voice phenomena EVP experts use recorders with no microphone source. So it's obviously it gets there without the use of the microphone. But is it a electronic voice phenomena? So I've slowed it down to 150. So what we can do now is just simply listen to that back. Just loop that. What I should do, I'm just going to save that EQ. I'll call it strange. Strange sound. That'll remind me why I've saved that one. So on. Turn it up quite loud. Right, okay. Have we got a frequency on this? I've manipulated it. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put it back to flat, but I'm going to turn the amplification up, because I need to know what frequency this is working within, and I'll keep backing off the frequency until, in fact what I'll do, I'll go back to 0 until I begin to get a fix where the frequency is. I don't like using amplification because it just brings up background noise. It's average. As I'm increasing the volume, it's not making much change. Now, isn't that strange? Okay, we'll take a fix. It's around about 180 to 220 Hz. It's an incredibly tight frequency, of which I do not have any explanation for. So I'm going to call it voice after sigh, because I just simply don't have a clue. What I'm going to do with this is, after we've finished, because I'm actually going to mute it now, is before I finish, I'm going to actually, all I need to do really is, I'll do it now, show you what I mean, is I'll copy it, and then what I'll do then, I tend to just copy and paste it 4 times. What I'll do at the end of it, I'll delete that track off, track 1, so it leaves just track 2 with this simply repeating itself, and I'll send it to my colleagues and maybe the owner as well, and we'll throw ideas about is it a voice that's being spoken? The answer to that is I don't know, but we'll soon find out. So that's what I'm actually going to do with that. I'll save it as a separate WAV file, send it to colleagues, and then I'll include that into the report, because I simply don't know if we were to listen to that back again. Let's just solo that. What I can do with this, it might be an idea, if I actually turn the volume up quite high, because I've already got the frequency fixed, so I've not really manipulated it that way. I've just lifted the EQ there up. I don't know what's been said there, so let's go back to that. So I've muted that, and I will just save that that file as a separate audio to let people to listen to. If you've got any ideas, they can help me with this one. I'm going to be all ears, because I haven't got a clue. The frequency is strange, 180 to 220 hertz, a bit low for the human, and there's no spread of frequency neither, although that could be just down to the fact of it's such low in volume, which is probably the reason for that. But these, well, again, I haven't a clue. Let's see what frequency these are demonstrating. We've got no volume on this. I can put this back to flat, so there's no EQ changes, and certainly no volume neither, so it's not amplified. Give that a couple of seconds just to balance out. Okay, I'm sorry about the phone call that came in then. Right, I've dealt with that. Right, so what we've done is we've saved the actual frequency of the sigh. Have we done it? No, we haven't yet. Right, let me just do that. Been on the phone for about 20 minutes, so sort of forgot where I'm up to. So what I'll do, just start that up again. So I'm taking the frequency without any form of amplification. Oops. That's the first sigh. What I'm now going to do is turn the volume up and listen to the rest of it, just to see if there's any other voices that may be hidden away. And I'm going to use that EQ setting that you used before, and let's have a listen to the rest of it all the way through until the second of the sigh, and see how they match up. There's another voice there. Right, okay, so I've obviously got another voice there, so what we'll do, we'll copy that, another audio track in, pop it in there. Really, really strange. Okay. I'll save them as two separate, one single file, so the colleagues can have a listen to that. Okay. Let's mute them too. There's some sort of talking that and then of course we've got the, I'll have to turn the volume down for this one. This really does sound like some sort of human inside the building. Okay, let's take another fix on that one. Okay. I don't know. You haven't a clue what's going on here. Okay, let's turn the volume back up, listen to the rest of it. I've amplified it so hard that you're just going to pick up background, could be even outside, that'd be enough to listen to that. So there's certainly nobody in the room. So the way I'm going to work with this, oops, get rid of that. And just drag that down to the to there. So there's the two sighs. Where they'll work, I'll do them in the correct order, which is okay. Obviously some are actually amplified, but this is in the order that they came. Different adjustments and enhancements done to each particular sound file. So there are 4 captures here. Turn that one down. Okay. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll save that as a complete file, because anyone that's doing the investigation side, this is more of a complex one. It's just trying to sample out the areas of interest. In this case, there were 2 sides and there were 2 separate sets of voices. Put them together in an order, do whatever you need to do as far as amplification is concerned, and then send me as a file and share them with other like-minded investigators just to see if they can give you some pointers. I've also saved all the frequencies as well. So I'll put them in together, and it may well be that when I've looked at this carefully, because certainly the impression that everyone formed with everyone learned to the first sigh beginning. I don't ever recall someone saying that 40 seconds into the footage, there's a second sigh. So, and then when you amplify it, you hear these other voices in the meantime. I don't know. Certainly the strange sighing are relatively loud. The potential of the electronic voice phenomenon, or the voices we'll call them, I've had to amplify them to, plus 24 decibels. That's incredibly high. But certainly I've amplified stuff in that room before, and I've not got voices like that in it. But if someone was talking outside and it is at 4:30 in the afternoon, it has the potential of being outside contamination and absolutely nothing to do with the two sides. We may be dealing with separate events here rather than bundling them together and suggesting it is paranormal in nature. So I don't know. As far as saving files, I have said this before, when it comes down to mixing down, WAV, MP3 itself is a compressed format. It's okay if you're going to be sending it to via email, where you're limited to around about 20 megabytes, but WAV is the best uncompressed version to send them in. And if we looked at it, it's 8.7 megabytes as a WAV file. That can be emailed if necessary, and it's also, you can put it onto like Facebook messages for your other colleagues to have a listen at. I'm not quite finished with this one because I've got a load of work now to do with speaking to colleagues, asking their opinions, and then report it onto the document, which is really the diary of the events occurring at this place in Chester. It may, at the end of the day, we'll be left with in a bit of a contrary of, look, can we explain this rationally? There is a strong possibility that somebody was there within the room, and for whatever reason, no one's been aware of it, and why do the cameras haven't picked it up? Or it is paranormal. I don't know what the answer is. I have no problem to say I don't know, and I don't know. The voices themselves, the other two in the middle, in between the sides, could well be electronic voice phenomena, but likewise it could be background contamination voices, cleaners, other people working, that type of thing. None of the frequencies make sense. Certainly the size don't make any sense. They're certainly within voice frequency. Little doubt about that one. So I'll say this is WAV file. I'll get these sent off to the colleagues for their opinion, and then I'll write it up, and I'll write it in such a way that I'll just provide the information, which is what your job is, with the conclusion is it's going to be unexplained. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. And it may be later on down the road that we suddenly get another one, and we're then able to say, well, actually, that was a cleaner coming into the building, which is what happened when we found out that something like 4:30 in the morning, the guys had turned out to empty the wheelie bin, literally at 4:30 in the morning, banging about. And of course, we'd captured this before. That immediately, when we were able to match the frequencies side by side, we were able to debunk a lot of that, and move on to the next point, because not everything's paranormal. So anyway, quite a complex, interesting one for today. It's going to be the only one for today, and I'll see you on the next one. See you soon. Bye.